Hey, what is up, mortals? It is Rosalio Turbiartes here with a new video for you. In this video, we'll dive into Bakugo's hero costume evolution from the My Hero Academia anime. I just wanted to greet you guys by saying, just sit back and relax, you're in for a treat. So let's get started. In the world of My Hero Academia, 80% of the world's population has super abilities known as quirks. With the rise of superpowered beings, some people use their newfound powers for evil, causing chaos in society. To counter this, powerful quirk holders rose to the occasion to work as heroes, to protect civilians from villains. As several generations went by, society became dependent on heroes to protect them, and these heroes needed training. Several high schools across Japan opened up to train promising youth to become the next generation of heroes. Not only do these schools teach their students about the potential of their quirks, but also teach the ever-important lesson of public image. When presenting themselves as a public defender, a hero should have a reliable appearance that people can depend on, and also looks nice for the press. Many heroes have costumes ranging from simplistic to flashy to straight up absurd. In the case of Katsuki Bakugo, a hero course student attending UA High, his hero costume is epitome of explosive. His costume is one of the most recognized outfits out of the My Hero Academia series, and it has undergone several changes as the series developed, so let's get into it. Before we discuss the functionality and fashion of the hero costumes Bakugo has adorned throughout the series, first let's discuss his quirk. Bakugo's quirk is simplistic yet a powerful one, named Explosion. This quirk allows him to secrete nitroglycerin like sweat in the palm of his hands and ignite it on command and creating strong explosions. The quirk's power is heightened when the user sweats more, creating stronger and larger explosions. Bakugo has an intimate knowledge of his quirk and demonstrates it in his choice to support gear and general costume design. The first iteration of Bakugo's hero costume was seen in the Battle Trial arc in the My Hero manga and anime. It is to be used during the summer seasons, and he has an alternative costume for the winter season. The prominent design is striking in its sharp edges, orange stones, and iconic grenade gauntlets attached to his forearms. With these bright highlights and extravagant triangular angles, it draws all eyes to him to be center of attention. The costume is designed with both intimidation and overwhelming offense in mind, so that villains will know that they should be afraid of no one else but him. In Volume 2 of the My Hero Academia manga, creator Kohei Hirokoshi illustrates the notes that a handful of students wrote to their costume designers and support gear companies. In the middle of this panel is the design that Bakugo sent. The main concern that Bakugo had was to look intimidating and strong as possible. Every aspect of this design choices revolves around offensive and the aesthetic theme of explosions. He utilizes the threatening physique of triangles associated with danger, stability, stubbornness, and aggravation to accentuate his power. It grabs people's attention like a yield sign on the road. As it communicates immense awareness, caution, and need to be wary, the design is not just to look nice to look at, however, as Bakugo puts a lot of critical thinking into making his costume functional and in battle. Now let's get into the individual devices and functions of the costume. The signature gauntlets that adorn Bakugo's arm are officially called Grenadier Bracers. Underneath them are multiple parts that serve to complete its purpose, to create large-scale unavoidable explosions. The gloves that Bakugo wears serves two purposes. 1. To insulate the heat of his hands to cause them to sweat more, and therefore create more explosions. And 2. To absorb his hand sweat and expel it into a storage tank through gloves holes onto the forearm. They appear to reach up past his elbows and stop below his biceps. The gloves themselves are noted to be shock resistant to his explosions. The storage tank is in the shape of a fragment grenade, most commonly called the frag grenade. It is the most common type of grenade used in militaries. Once the tank is filled with Bakugo's nitroglycerin like sweat, it radicates to a glow alongside an audio cue with the sound of a click. When Bakugo is ready to unleash the gauntlet's explosions, it initiates the two-stage preparation it has. It is noted that there are two steps to activate the gauntlet. As to prevent accidental ignitions while in battle, first he pulls back the long pin on the side of the grenade, which reveals another circular pin. Once that circular pin is removed, an explosion strong enough to destroy a building is released, as seen in Battle Trials arc used against Midoriya. We see it used again with Midoriya wielding it against All Might. Next, let's move on to the hand grenades. Bakugo's belt has several handheld grenades attached to it, available for him to quickly grab and throw. Within the containers are cartridges filled with Bakugo sweat, and are good to use for medium distance attacks. The knee pads on Bakugo's knees are metallic pads that have a sharp edge above the knee joint. The design is aimed at causing stabbing damage when kneeing an opponent. It also serves its intended purpose of padding his knees if he falls. The mask. Bakugo's iconic eye mask is not just for show. The multitude of sharp edges in his mass explosion motive is not just for flair, as its edges have a legitimate capacity for stabbing damage. Ouch. Poor Midoriya. The neck brace. The accessory on Bakugo's shoulder appears to be a cosmetic attachment to replicate the appearance of a firearm's muzzle. It serves the purpose of bracing his neck and shoulders from explosions. Speaking of shoulders, a design aspect that stands out is the asymmetric two black dots on the left side of the neckline of Bakugo's costume. Fun fact from Hirokoshi, both Bakugo and Uraraka got their costumes from the same hero costume support company. The designer's signature on their creations is two black dots. Now it's time to discuss the newest addition to Bakugo's hero costume, the suppressive heavy mobile unit, Strafe Panzer. This support item was given to him by the support corps before the war arc. It is several retractable machine guns that extend from the back of his hero costume and mount over his shoulders. Like his grenadier bracers, this weapon uses nitroglycerin-like sweat as ammunition. With this new support item, he upgraded his super move, Howitzer Impact, to become Howitzer Impact Cluster. The rest of Bakugo's costume is in the military corps aesthetic, with combat boots, a tank top with black baggy pants that allow for free leg movement. The theme is heavily artillery, demolition, and explosion based, with the base color of black to absorb the heat from the sun to sweat more. The secondary colors are orange and the classic frag grenade green. Clothing is a quick and easy way to find out who a person is on the inside. Bakugo's fashion at school is reminiscent of a classic anime delinquent, with his baggy pants, unbuttoned collar, and lack of a school uniform tie. His usual clothing style is a mix of grunge and streetwear. These aspects of clothing choices are reflected in his hero costume. At first glance, his costume may cause a split in opinion as either seen as gaudy or cool, but that's just who he is. Bakugo is aggressive, arrogant, impatient, and violent. He truly believes that his quirk is the strongest, and that everyone else around him is below him. He presents these aspects of his personality with his closed-off body language, and with the various sharp angles in his costume. The military style he wears elicates an impression of strength and roughness, not to mention the various weapons that are attached to his body. The colors on his costume also give detail about who he is. Warm colors such as orange evoke emotions and feelings of warmth, which is fitting for his quirk. It evokes feelings of anger, hostility, and alertness. Dark green is associated with ambition and prosperity, which aligns with his feelings of superiority and strong desire to be at the top. Let's move on from the iconic summer hero costume to take a quick detour to the Hero Agency Internships arc. During this arc, Bakugo chose to intern with fiber hero Best Jeanist. The hero was known for his style and sharp professional appearance, and he attempted to teach Bakugo these same values. He toned down the negative teen's negative outward appearance to make him look more approachable to civilians. He made changes to Bakugo's hero costume as he removed the eye mask with explosive flourish and the grenade gauntlet. The black baggy pants that were part of the outfit were also removed by a more tightly pair of blue denim jeans. His spiky hair was also combed down to a side part. Promptly after this internship, however, Bakugo would revert to his usual summer outfit and gear. Bakugo wouldn't remain in this costume for long, however, as the seasons were starting to change. During the winter season, Bakugo is at his weakest, prompting a change in his costume. But you're also at your weakest when you're not using today's sponsor, NordVPN. Staying safe online is an ever-growing difficulty and hackers could exploit you. NordVPN allows you to change your IP address, making you harder to track and securing your privacy. In addition to providing you with safe passage to the web, you can also expand the reach of your favorite streaming services. Are you tired of going through 2, 3, or even 4 services to watch your favorite anime? Well, with NordVPN, you could change your country and be able to binge shows like My Hero Academia, Naruto, and many others on your favorite streaming service with just the press of a button. Check out the link in the description to get 72% off for buying 2 years, $3.29 a month. This deal is limited time. And thank you for NordVPN for sponsoring this video. Now that you know how to stay safe online, let's see how Bakugo stays safe in the winter. The major design aspects and support gear that Bakugo's hero costume sports remain unchanged as the seasons change. So now let's look into Bakugo's winter outfit. During the winter months, Bakugo wears this outfit replacing his previous summer costume. He is first seen wearing this during the joint training arc, and continues to wear it during the Endeavor Agency arc onwards. The only difference in this outfit is the addition of a sleeved black sweater that garnishes the same orange X with the asymmetric black dots. The sweater extends up to his neck and continues the theme that his neck brace has, of a gun muzzle with orange circles. The purpose of thick layers is to keep the cold out and keep warming. Just like his summer costume, the main color of his outfit is black, as it absorbs the sun's heat at a faster rate than any other color. Since Bakugo's quirk relies on his sweat production, it's essential for him not to get too cold, or else he's helpless. But as the state of the world started to grow dangerous and unstable, it was time for an upgrade. During My Hero Academia's third movie, World Heroes Mission, Bakugo is seen sporting in a completely new hero outfit. This movie takes place during the Endeavor Agency arc, where alongside Izuku Midoriya and Shoto Todoroki are given advanced stealth costumes for their mission. It's a nice oxymoron for a character all about loud explosions and confrontation to be given a costume dedicated to being stealthy. The costume follows many of the same design aspects of his winter costume, but all dark green colors are replaced with black instead. His gray metal knee pads are also colored black as well, making the costume primarily black with orange highlights. Exempting his gray neck brace, the orange X across his chest remains unchanged, alongside his costume designer's signature with 2 dots, now bright orange. His eye mask remains unchanged, except that his explosion design on the back was removed. Instead, his hood has the classic explosion design with the orange trim, like his mask once had. Lastly, on his shoulders are 2 silver plates with the insignia WHA engraved on them, standing for World Heroes Association. Besides his general costume aesthetic changing, his support gear were also given a redesign. The green hand grenades that were once attached to his belt are now orange flashbangs. The grenadier bracers were also redesigned to be a solid black in the shape of a flashbang grenade, replacing its original frag grenade design. Despite how cool this costume design is, it was unfortunately used in the movie for a short period of time. Bakugo's costume and character have changed a lot since the beginning of the series. But how much has he changed while My Hero was still in its beta stage? Hirokoshi's original design draft of Bakugo looks a lot more like the most recent iteration. But there were various changes made to this to make the Bakugo Katsuki we know and love today. Let's see what's the same. Firstly, we see that his classic frag grenade gauntlets and gloves are depicted in the draft, alongside with his mask with an explosive design at the back. Missing the usual orange trim, the overall costume design and style are reminiscent of his current state, with a prominent dark and baggy costume underneath the super gear. There are various minor differences in the draft design compared to his modern outfit. His boots are in the same combat style but differ in design, replacing the laces with snap at the upper shins. His knee pads are also notably different in the shape and design. His neck brace appears across his neck, with 2 straps going down his chest to connect with a waist brace. Throughout the various costume iterations that Bakugo has gone through, every hero costume he has worn is a staple in the series. Bakugo has one of the most recognizable and iconic designs of the My Hero Academia cast, and analyzing the parts that make his hero costume so powerful and flashy gives an insight to his personality. Please leave a comment on whose hero costume you'd like to see analyzed next. And also let us know which one of Bakugo's hero outfits is your favorite. Thank you all for indulging yourselves in all this information thus far. I hope you enjoyed it. Now, there are a few things I'd like to go over before the video ends. Firstly, if you're in the mood of some great storytelling, We the Celestials has got you covered. Our We the Celestials, My Hero Academia, and Naruto What If channels retell the story of their namesake anime with a twist. Check it out if you're interested. Secondly, on behalf of We the Celestials, I'd like to thank everyone involved with the production of today's awesome content, with their details that can be found in the description below. Lastly, if you're interested in what we do here at We the Celestials, then I'd like to extend you an invitation to join our team. The only caveat is being that we only accept members from 16 and up to join our crew. You can sign up for whichever category fulfills your interest by joining the recruitment Discord using the link in the description below. We're always looking for members to join us. Well, that's it from us for today's video. So thank you all for watching and have a great day.